nice cross-court into the, well, near enough the back line, and that's got go off to his start. A rather early shuttle change. Incredible amount of shuttles, of course, used throughout all these tournaments, these international tournaments. They might have a different flight path to the average ball used in any other racket sport, but I'll tell you one thing, their durability is a lot less. There are literally thousands of shuttles used at these events. All of the highest quality. So 2-2. So far a nice easy ambling game. Perhaps a chance for Huat and Hwang Jong to just maybe practice on their games as they move into the quarterfinal stage. They may yet be called on in future ties to deliver points for their country. And a little bit of practice in a very loud atmosphere cannot do you any harm. 3-all. Predicted. 4-3. This is closer and closer. That noise you're hearing, though it was perfectly timed to the actions of Huat, is for the India-Germany match happening on the other side of the court. I'm sure it was just drowning out the shouts of support that Go's been getting from his own teammates, who might actually have lost their voices based on that last doubles match. And that's long. Pushing our way through the points. 5-4. Always good to work your singles. As you can see, far more relaxed. The basic coaches job done today, and even their final single shot, as I said, is just 3 points ahead. And has to be said, these final ties are purely for pride and maybe a little practice. As he knows full well, the last thing you would like to have is a fatigued and obviously injured player to come off this match, which does not have the same significance as some of the other round-robin stage matches, as the draws, or the groups rather, have already been calculated. Once again, Indonesia earlier this morning made it 3 wins in Group A over Thailand. China, just yesterday I believe it was, 3 wins over France, i.e. Indonesia first, Thailand second in Group A, China first, France second in Group D. Japan have now won their tie in the Uber Cup. And Malaysia have won the Group C in the Thomas Cup. Good range of shots being shown here by Go. And that's beautiful. Cross court. Doesn't really need to be happy. He's already going to be seeing the other side of the week. I can tell you now that the final group order will be this evening, as Japan will be taking on Denmark in Group B. And that, as you can probably tell, is another win for India, a host nation. First time the Thomas Cup and Uber Cups have been played in India, which, if you do look back though, badminton is credited as English, British invention. It was traced back to the city of Pune in the 19th century. So really, it was badminton returning home on the highest level. There are, of course, the India Open and India Grand Prix Golds, and a lot of other tournaments that are played, which has merited the use of the DDA squash and badminton auditorium here at the Sri Fort Sports Complex. But for the Thomas and Uber Cups, the World Cup of Badminton, to be here, that is rather special indeed. Back to the game, 10-7, we're 1 point off. 11, correction, we are at the midway point, and it's continuing good news for Malaysia, 11 points to 7. Still getting a bit of advice from his coaches. Both players. So far, Malaysia continuing their good run. What a tie it's been for them. Look at that scoreline.
11-7.
Clinched and top of the group. A tough group to be in, of course, with the host nation India having all that extra support behind them. Germany, with the likes of Huat, Weibler.
Service over. 8-11.
And his compatriots wouldn't have been easy opposition at all. Michael Fuchs. But they came through all of them 4-1, and at this rate they might just notch up another 4-1. That's beautiful. 12-8 now.
12-8.
And the 133rd ranked player in the world is currently edging the 102nd ranked world ranked player, which you might think is impressive. But when I tell you that the unseeded doubles pairing just before this match took out the world number 4s in straight games, that's impressive.
13-8.
13-8, and everything looking rather cushy for the team in yellow. As I said, only 3 countries, nations, have actually won the Thomas Cup, and each of them, when they first entered the Cup, And those three are Malaysia, China, and Indonesia.
Service over. 9.
Malaysia first won it. They were the inaugural winners, in fact, in 1949, 1952, and 1955 when they were known as Malaya. Indonesia then just had their own three-peat, 58, 61, and 64. Malaysia again in 67. And then it was just Indonesia and China until 1992, when in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, Malaysia managed to win again over Indonesia. And that was the last time that Malaysia have lifted the Thomas Cup. And wouldn't it be something special if, led by the icon that is Lee Chong-wei, this group of shuttlers could bring it home again.
11-13.
Korea, on the other hand, have been there and thereabouts. They were semi-finalists. Fourth place in 92, fourth in 96, third in the year 2000 and 2004. But no wins for them.
Service over.
And they're also
14,
fourth in
11.
1984. So they would very much like to make it to the final, of course. And at least up that third place that has been the pinnacle of their achievement.
15-11.
But they've will have to pick up on their singles place. If you look at that, there was a rather contentious point, but I suppose in this game, are there any contentious points? 15-11. Both players not really stretching themselves
12-15.
as you'd expect. It is more of a duty than competition. To play out this last match. Of course, it might even just
14,
perhaps help their selection processes for the business end of the tournament. But I can't see them clawing away at the points at the risk of injury. So we do have a very middling game,
15
but still
all.
quite balanced, and well done to SOO for clawing back those 4 points that he was down. Good shot.
16,
So
16.
SOO. Look at that. Enough to just go out of his stride. So in the lead now after being 4 points down. And we are back on world ranking standards to what would be perceived normal. And just clipped the net there.
16 all.
No, 16 all. There's yet more action on the other courts. The Uber Cup tie between Japan and Denmark also into its 5th match now. As is the Thomas Cup Group C consolation between India and Germany. So the afternoon session rounding off here at the Sri Fort Sports Complex in New Delhi. And there is another session, of course, the evening session. With the eliminations, of course, there will only be 2 sessions from now on as the quarterfinalists all gather. But what badminton lies ahead in those 2 sessions a day? It is, of course, badminton, the fastest racket sport because of its dynamics, and when played with such heart and such determination,
17-16.
it really is a sight to behold. I couldn't snatch at that, unfortunately. Very nice smash.
Service over. 17 all.
17 apiece. And I suppose it is matches like this that have led to maybe a few people in the badminton fraternity looking for some changes in the scoring.
Use your foot. Use your foot.
You understand there are currently talks for a new scoring system of badminton to have shorter games.
Thank you.
The last one I heard was 5 sets of 9 points each, and that was from the lips of Richard Kaufman and Morten Frost. 2 people who always know exactly what the current state of affairs is in the badminton world.
17.
Of course, we've already had the introduction of the instant review system in Hawkeye, which has been a resounding success. I don't think anybody has any questions about that. It really has added a dimension of fun and accuracy to the game.
19,
So, Go Soon Huat
17.
closing in on the first game here. And on the balance of play, as I have been watching it, probably deserving of it. A lot more outright winners from him. Some great cross-court smashes. It's just maybe a couple of net
18, 19.
protocols that he has to focus on and concentrate a bit more on. So a chance now for SOO to get back in it, but
20, game
not
point,
with a return like that.
18.
Game point 2018, and let's see how clinical Go Soon Huat can be. Oh, it was a very nice drop shot from the Korean
19,
side of the net.
20.
And it would be an interesting spectacle if this went to a 2-point winner. If the game went to a tiebreak, it would be very interesting, and it has. It has indeed. So now, for the first time today, the first player to 2 points will be the winner of this game. We thought it would be evenly balanced, but this is super balanced. And a chance again for Go Soon Huat to
21, 20.
close this out. course,
You need to
the
get
server
ready.
has to be ready, and the umpire, Kelly Hoare, is now telling him that he looked ready. A lot of intricacies to the service in badminton. You would have thought that the height of Go Soon Huat would have won through that.
Oh.
But no. 1, 2, 3, and still no.
Nothing there.
As I was saying, a lot of protocols that surround the badminton service. The receiver has to be ready, your racket has to be downward pointing. There's a lot of different things that have to be honored and respected. These traditions of the game, they're not going to be changing in the rules anytime soon. And now, Sue has the chance.
21.
He's been behind for most of this game. And, of course, this could go on. But, by the looks of it, really is a question of pride now between these two. And that one's in, so it's 20. Nope, it was judged out 23-21. The first game has come to its conclusion, and it's Sue from Korea that is leading this 5th match. So, in a match that is being played for duty and pride,
20 seconds.
Go Soon Huat
20 seconds.
has lost out the opening game to Hwang Jong in the blue and white.
Second game. Level. Play.
And I'm sure that both these players would not want this to go to a rubber game now that the tie has been decided. But it was almost a collapse from the Malaysian 133rd in the world, as he was 1.4 points ahead. And being the taller man, you would have thought that there would have been
Quick.
3-2 or 4-1 is the final outcome that we are playing towards, with the tie already won by Malaysia. They have secured top spot in the group, and they will be one of the seeded winners, ensuring them favourable, shall we say,
2 love.
quarter-final. Some phenomenal scenes happening, I can tell you now, as India, their men's team, are very close to finishing off Germany. You can see the highlights of that later. Right now we're concentrating on this 5th match in the Malaysia-Korea tie, already won by Malaysia. And now
Service over. 3-1.
Nice little backhand flick. I know I have been saying that it's hardly played in badminton. I've probably seen more backhand flicks today. Isn't that always the way?
Service over.
A bit of pressure there from SOO.
2-3.
Good speed badminton, pushing towards the net. I think a lot of people are still trying to get over the fantastic scenes before this match, when the unseeded scratch pairing of Go Shem and Tan Wee Kyung ousted in deliberate straight games the world number 4 pairing of Kim Sa-rung and Kim Ki-jung. Incredible performance and a wonderful match for the neutral.
4-3.
Right now, 4-3.
Service over. 4-all.
As you can see here, the pace has upped itself a little bit in this match. And they are very well matched
Service
in terms
over. 5-4.
of points, as you can see from the opening scoreline.
Service over. 5-all.
So 5-all. Now, it would probably be advisable for both players and coaches for this not to go to a rubber game, as I'm sure they'd all like to stay as fresh as possible. But saying that, of course, you can't let your country down and
5.
just lose. So it will be played out to its natural end, regardless of the points tally. And that scream is India's 3-2 win over Germany. Great, great scenes for the host nation. They are already, of course, boosted by Saina Nehwal and her incredible performance against Thailand. And they have made it to the quarterfinals of the Uber Cup. The Indian men's team have not made it to the quarterfinals, so a great tonic for them. Right now, 7-all on court 2. It's a very good performance there, and so SOO's just managed to carve himself out a 2-point lead literally stretched Go
Thank
Soon
you.
Huat. And this would be a good consolation for Korea. It would also be their third 3-2, should they win this game, their third 3-2 tie score. Maybe that's something to think about for future tournaments. You probably need to be a little bit more clinical than that if you're going to avoid the big guns. But as I said, both countries have qualified for the quarterfinals, so who knows? For all we know, SOO, Hwang, Jong here could be playing a fifth game on the final day. 10-7 he leads. And that's 11 points reached. 23-21 he took the first game. 11-7 he's leading in the second. So, consolation tonic perhaps for Korea. And definitely some powder for the grip as SOO Hwang Jong has taken the lead.
Can you put your strap in?
11-7 at the midway interval, 23-21 in the first game. And perhaps Go Soon Huat has just been reminded by his coaches that there is no real consequence but duty and pride in this fifth match, as the tie has already won. And what's probably more important to the coaches would be a fit and healthy Go Soon Huat for the troubles and challenges ahead.
Service over. 8-11.
We're going to take it a bit easy now, unless he can really find a way through.
Service over. 12-8.
12-8 now. I'm just looking around the auditorium. And there's plenty of action happening as always. And that's a good point back for Go. And it's 9-12 now. He recovers the service. And that one is out.
10-12.
So a chance here. That was a beautiful shot. He's back in it now. Some of the evening session matches already starting. And some of the afternoon session matches just tailing off.
12 all.
Meanwhile, Go Sun Huat has played remarkably well to get himself back to 12 apiece. He's, of course, one game down. Unfortunately, didn't work out for him that time. That's 14-12, and his lead restored. A lot of people, I'm sure, are still wondering what would have happened if this had been the deciding match for the point. Probably could have gone either way, with having that extra impetus for both players, and it would have been extremely interesting. Well, as it was, the clinching point was one off an exceptional match before this one. And Malaysia will go into the quarterfinals knowing that they have a doubles pairing that can literally go toe-to-toe with the best. Come out in straight games.
Service over. 15-13.
(15-13). That's a nice shot, nice recovery shot, and he's just finishing off the points now. Let's have a look at this. Now, technically speaking, Noel Kelly Hall, the umpire, I'm sure would have made some kind of announcement had he touched the net there. Players, of course, not allowed to touch the net. One of these other rules. Badminton has a number of rules. Did he touch the net there? Nope. It was very close. So 17-13. And closing out the match quite well and solidly, I have to say, for Su Hwang Jong. He'll be happy with his performance so far.
Your call?
Well,
Service over.
just a point lost there.
18.
Kill that momentum that he had, but a good run of points from Su. And now
Service over.
we are rapidly coming to the end
19.
of
14.
what has been a sensational tie. 2 points to go for Su Hwang Jong.
Service over.
2 points that might be a little bit more elusive
19.
than he thinks. Now 15-19. Let's see if Go has one final burst in him.
Go.
Now that might be over the net.
Over.
It is over the net.
20 match point.
And it was
15.
declared over the net. Now that is a controversial point to have this close to the end. (2015) match point. That's out. And there you go. 23-21, 21-15, a consolation point for Korea. And well played by SOO Hwang Jong. Maybe we'll be seeing a lot more from him
23-21,
in 41 minutes.
21-15.
Well done to Korea, but even better for Malaysia. Now, this really was more of a performance to see exactly the strength and depth that Korea and Malaysia have as they both move into the quarterfinal stage. As you can see there, both of them just easing through the points, and at this stage it looked like the taller Huat would be the man to make it 4-1 for Malaysia, but he was ousted at every opportunity by the much slighter SOO Hwang Jang.